Alright everyone, how's it going? We got January 8th, we're going to look at the S&P, we're going to look at some gold, and some other securities. Throw in Amazon, some of the big boys. If you guys want to subscribe to my channel, I would greatly appreciate it. I'm trying to grow my audience. I put out videos daily going over different sectors. I hope you can find value in my content. And if you'd like to see anything in particular, please drop a comment. I would be happy to look at different things. So, looking at the S&P, today, kind of bullish, kind of not bullish. Bullish, we opened up higher, sold off till 11 or so, and then finished off relatively strong. We did not surpass the high of the day, but, you know, this doesn't look too bad in my opinion, right? So, let's zoom out to the hourly. So, let me backtrack. We're going to go to the daily. As I've said before, I'm not looking to go to all-time highs, shooting to 300, nothing of that nature. All I'm looking for are these daily lower highs, right? I don't want to talk about it too much, but that's all I'm looking for. So, in my opinion, our daily high is going to be in when we, let's see, hourly time frame. Yeah, once we lose the hourly uptrend, I think we're going to come back down. I'm not sure how much we're going to consolidate. Obviously, the low of the dump is going to be a key level. Who knows if we're going to get that low? My main focus is on this hourly uptrend, right? So we're on higher highs, higher lows. And once that's lost, not only is the daily lower high going to be in, but we're going to be watching that hourly downtrend to see when that changes. And, you know, we could just form a higher low compared to the all-out dump low, which would be okay. Then we could possibly be changing the longer term trend, right? So we did technically change the trend on the daily, but we still have a lot of work to do. I would like to see some consolidation and then on to higher highs from here. All right, let's touch base on Apple real quick. Good day today, up a little bit. No surprise, we did have that huge gap down, so gaps do tend to get filled. Nothing crazy there. If you're a long-term investor, I would be watching the daily trend. I've said this to many people that I know personally who are very involved in this security and watch it very closely, follow their fundamentals, and they're so confused and pissed off because it's come down so much. And really, when you look at it, there's no reason to keep on adding as we're in that daily downtrend. I would start adding if we change the daily trend to bullish. And then that mitigates a ton of risk. You're taking risks off the table. Not ultimately, but you get my point, right? Buying into a daily downtrend, the trend is your friend, is what it comes to. So, I'm not even really going to get into the hourly, even though I am. There's the gap. Hourly uptrend. Once the hourly uptrend is lost, then that marks the top of the little bounce here, and then we could be going back down. Obviously, if we beat this level, that's kind of the level on the daily time frame to look for to beat. So if we get above 159.36, that's going to be a point to make, right? So that's going to be potentially changing the daily trend. We got to form that higher high, and then boom, we could be off. That could be the daily trend change. We'll keep an eye on that. I'll follow up with Apple in the future. Amazon. Everyone loves Amazon. So, pretty good day today, up 1.6%. Looks like, the S&P candle today. On the daily, we are just at a lower high, right? So, in order to really change that and potentially change the daily trend, we need to get above 1778. So, when is that top going to be in? And this has helped me a lot, because when I started out trading, I would buy into probably close to the top because I didn't want to miss the run. And technical analysis has helped me out so much. It's very simple. It's very clear. Once the hourly trend changes, that marks the daily lower high. And, on the flip side, we would need to surpass that previous lower high in order to potentially change the daily trend. And we would still need daily consolidation, in my opinion. So as you can see, clear hourly downtrend here, right? And we come up, we test a previous resistance level, right? Don't push through it. Come back down. We form a higher low compared to the all-out dump low, right? So we come up, form that higher low, and then boom, we confirmed on higher highs. This is where the hourly trend changed officially, right? That's where we broke a came up, established a high, and then boom, once we surpassed that high, that's the break right there. So no, you're not going to get the gains all the way from the bottom, but look, you're now going with the hourly uptrend. The trend is your friend. And we are getting overbought on the hourly as well. Okay, let's look at oil. I love looking at oil. So let's look at the daily, and I am, hold on, UWT, what's UWT doing? 1132. Man, it had a nice bounce. Oh, geez, that was a nice bounce. I mean, I could, because of all the bullish divergence, and I've pointed out again, as you see me say before, we do have bullish divergence on the daily RSI. So we'll look at USOIL for the non-leveraged official chart that we should go by. So same thing, we are on a daily downtrend, even though yes, the RSI does have me extremely bullish. We need to wait until the technicals line up with everything. So on the daily with oil, anything below 53.24 is just a lower high, right? We could, and I think, I forgot who was pointing this out. I like to watch a lot of other people as well, get different thoughts and whatnot. And someone actually pointed out the potential for an inverse head and shoulder, which very well could play out. So if you're familiar with the head and shoulders pattern, you know exactly what I'm talking about. This is just flipped upside down. So potentially we could set, the daily lower high, right? And soon, whenever that gets set, we could come down a bit, form that other shoulder, and then round up. And then once we would break the neckline, wherever that would be, maybe around here, then it's go time for the bulls. That's probably when I'll be buying into UWT, right? UWT is very scary because it's so leveraged and, there's time decay and it can be scary. But, I will take a ton of risk off the table if that pattern does play out. And it'll take a couple weeks, at least. It's going to take a few days to play out, right? So that's definitely something that I'm going to be watching. Get a sip of water here. So I firmly believe that we're going to have a lot of opportunities in oil. So don't get pissed off if you missed, moves today or the past 2 weeks. Wait for some consolidation and then enter in on the consolidation. That's the best bet to play. All right, let's do gold. On the daily, okay, we got 3 daily inside bars. So if you guys play gold or any leveraged gold plays, keep an eye on this daily. We're in an equilibrium, literally on the daily candles. It's really tight. It's not too clear. Let's zoom out. Obviously, daily uptrend looks great. Once we lose the daily uptrend, the weekly top. Yep, the weekly top will be in. I'm not sure when that's going to be. But the weekly will top out probably at some point, and then, will probably come down a bit. Gold's going to take a long time to play out. I'm not too fond of playing gold. At least the gold miners right now, they're not looking too good compared to how good gold is looking. But yeah, I mean, daily uptrend. Once the daily trend changes, right? So once we start getting lower highs and lower lows, that's just consolidation period. We do look a little toppy. We were getting overbought on the daily. So keep that in mind. Looked like we touched 1300, then we're coming back a little bit. We could punch up again above 1300, but again, I would wait for this daily pattern to play out. Let's see. Just running through a couple names here. Facebook comes to mind. Ooh, it's getting close. So daily downtrend. We could be testing this level, that 146 or whatnot, 147 level on Facebook, which is the next resistance level. That's the next daily lower high. And if we punch through that, that'll be a good thing. Obviously, we'd want to see some consolidation and then form that higher low and continue onward if the daily trend is going to change. Netflix. So Netflix, one hell of a chart. Holy smokes. I don't know what's going on, what movies they're putting out there, but goddamn. So, key thing to look at. We surpassed a key lower high right here, right? No, we did not surpass this one yet. But the fact that we even surpassed this one along with all this chop down here is, I mean, let's see how big this bounce was. 36%. That's huge. 36% in a week or two, couple weeks. That's huge. Obviously, getting overbought and toppy on the daily time frame. So I would not be buying in this right now. However, I am interested because of this chart. So what we need to look at to know when that top is in, whenever this hourly trend, when it loses the uptrend is when the daily top is going to be in. Then we're going to be looking for perfectly normal consolidation. Hourly is just, this is insane. I mean, look how overbought it was over here. And then we made another leg up. It's way overbought. I would be fine if I missed the rest of the move, whatever happens. I would buy in on consolidation. It's as simple as that. Facebook, talked about Apple. Roku had some interesting. So I am really not a fan of Roku. I never even talk about it. Their daily chart just got destroyed. 76. Oh my God. All the way to 26. Jeez. Whoo, they've had a few rough months. But from a technical perspective, yes, we did technically beat this daily lower high. Had a nice run up from their daily oversold conditions, but that's one heck of a pullback. I would see what the consolidation looks like. See how low we come, or if we just kind of go sideways and low volume. But yeah, Roku looks pretty bad. That's pretty much it, guys. Talking about the S&P, bigger names. Apple, Google, yep. So S&P, just looking for a daily lower high to be established and watching the hourly time frame to see when the hourly trend changes to signal that daily lower high. So thanks again for watching, guys. I really appreciate it, and have a good day.